Right. Hello, everybody. Look, I've decided that I'm going to be doing some interviews with some of the amazing, incredible entrepreneurs and businesswomen that I have in my groups. One of the main groups that have just been having so many transformations at the moment is called Manifest with the Dragons. Now, when I was given the name Manifest with the Dragons, I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. But I didn't really know quite what the dragons were going to bring in and what exactly was going to be experienced by the people in this group. So I'm bringing the people from the group in so that they can explain their own experience. Today, I'm bringing in Kellen just to answer a couple of questions, just to show you how it is to work in frequency, how it is to work in flow. So welcome, Kellen. Thank you very much for choosing to work with the dragons. And I know you work with the dragons in your own way as well, don't you? Do you want to explain just briefly about that?
Yeah, well, I provide healings and transformations using humanoid and dragon skulls. So we bring the energy and the frequency from the dragon skulls and the humanoid skulls to bring about changes within your subconscious, within your cells, within your DNA.
And Kellen is absolutely brilliant at this. I had a couple of sessions with Kellen, as I usually do. When I've done a business reading for somebody in Manifest with the Dragons, I then like to work with them a little bit as to what they're doing so that we can actually see, right, this is how you can now market it. And it's not coming from me, this is how you can market it. I'm waiting for the guidance to come through to show you how it is best for you to market it. So talking to your soul, talking to the consciousness of your business. Kellen, do you want to explain what we came up with for you and why that worked for you?
So for me, I will distinctly forever remember stop dabbling. What I was doing before, it was very surface level. I wasn't doing the really deep dive stuff because I didn't know exactly what that looked like, and I didn't know exactly how to explain that. And I had absolutely no idea how to put that into physical services, physical packages, and pricing. I had absolutely no idea. Um, so through that initial dragon reading, I got a really sure sense of, okay, yeah, I'm not imagining things. I really am meant to be doing something more, something bigger, something much deeper than what I'm currently doing. And then I was able to receive guidance around what those packages were, what the pricing was, and how to talk about them in a way that would make sense to my potential clients. And we also looked at who my ideal client was, which is something that, I've heard people talk about, but not really actively kind of done for myself. So my whole business got a complete revamp, like literally just ripped, right. I'm not doing any of that anymore. Here's what we've got. Here's what we're doing now. And I've been able to present that with assurance and confidence and just a really deep knowing that, yeah, I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing rather than feeling the way I was feeling at the time before I started the course was, well, I want to be doing something more, but I don't know what that is. I don't know what that looks like. Do I need to train in something new? Do I need to? I just didn't know what it really was, what it looked like. But through the dragon readings and through your support and through gaining more guidance from the dragons, there's just been this aha moment of, oh, well, hang on, this is what I've been doing now. This is what I've done for 10 years. This is what I did 10 years before that. And actually, I can meld it all together in something that I can then bring forward.
Yeah.
So I thought I've been training for this my whole life and I didn't even know.
I've watched you develop. I've watched you change in characteristics, in your identity, in your assurance, in your confidence. But what you said also was you changed in your, which you didn't know how to do before, was exactly how to ask the questions and how to get the guidance for yourself. So,
Yeah.
yeah, that was something big for you.
Yeah. What kind of questions to ask? And I didn't know because I was working with the dragons in a capacity of, right, we're going to heal, we're going to heal, we're going to heal. It's like, oh, actually, they can help with loads of other things I didn't know. Like, they can help with technical stuff. They can help me figure out personal things that, outside of healing, I wasn't really aware quite how much they were able to help with, which I've now been able to call them in and ask for guidance and ask for assistance for.
Yeah, and there's so much more. And they say to me all the time, you just don't know how powerful you are, And what I found and what I teach is really how to ask the questions for yourself, how to word them and how to receive the answers. That really makes a massive difference. So in the beginning, before you can get that yourself, I do a business reading for you. I show you the bigger vision that Source has for you. And the dragons are there to be called on whenever you come up against a stumbling block, and you're able to ask them for the guidance. And that was just been absolutely brilliant to sort of watch you go through that and get your own guidance. You're like, oh God, I got this idea to do this and this. And there's like, oh no, Fiona, I'm not going to charge that anymore. I'm going to charge this. I'm like, so the confidence in you has grown and the way that you look at your business has grown. You said also something about that you've been able to sort of bring the energy back to you.
Yeah, so I'm have been, I'm not going to say I have been, I'd normally be a really stressy person, normally really stressy. I've had anxiety for years. So, there's lots of trauma and lots of triggers and lots of stuff going on with me. And, and everyone always says, you shouldn't let other people affect you. Don't let this affect your energy. Don't let that affect this. And it's good knowing that, but how do you do that? How do you push someone else's energy away? How do you keep their energy at a safe distance? How do you not get affected by these things? That's something that people don't teach you. But that's something that I've learned again with you and the dragons. I've learned how to do that. So things just aren't bothering me anymore. Things that would really stress me out and things that would really get to me. And I'd sit in that horrible energy for, it could be weeks at a time, days or weeks at a time, still feeling affected by it, not getting things done that I wanted to do, and analysing it and analysing it and analysing it. Whereas now, working with the dragons, Bloom especially,
Mm.
it's like, do you want to feel that? No, I don't really. Okay, you don't need to feel that. Oh, okay then. And just carry on and do something productive that feels good. And I think one thing that I've learned through this course is just really prioritize my own energy, which I wasn't doing. And I didn't even know I wasn't doing it. Yeah, so it's taught me to be very mindful of how I'm feeling, very mindful of if I'm not feeling great, well, okay, why am I not feeling great? Where is that coming from? And having the power to say, to not feel like, oh, well, that's how I feel, and well, that's it. I'll just have to wait for it to go away, but go actually take that control back and go, I don't want to feel that. And being able to then shift it, bring the energy back to myself and no longer be so affected and pulled into all the negativity around me.
Mm.
So that
One of the
really
most beautiful things I think that happens with the dragons, especially when you meet sovereign and you come into your own sovereignty, you're connected with your soul, you're aligned with the soul work that you're here to do, is that you know what your energy is. Therefore, if you're feeling something else, you're kind of like, oh, that's affecting me. So is it mine? No. Is it someone else's? Yes, it's someone else's. And then you're able to find out what's affecting you, and you don't have to be affected by that anymore. So you're able to sort of reach into the energy that you prefer to be in. So, for example, for Kellen, she wanted to be able to run a business, a profitable business, not have to work all the late nights, not have to work so many hours. So she created that and manifested it just by changing what she was thinking, the story that was going on inside her head, and changing the way she felt on the inside. So one of the main things that we teach within Manifest with the Dragons is actually how to cope with your feelings, your frequency, your energy, your electrical current, call it what you will. Have you got anything you want to say about that?
Yeah, well, I'm empathic and I feel everything. I'm pretty sure about 10 times stronger than I'm supposed to. So I really, really feel everything from everyone, from everything. And it does affect me, even if I don't really know where it's coming from. I'll wake up some days and be like, oh, I feel off today. And I didn't know how to shift that energy. I didn't know how to bring my own energy back. I thought, oh, that's just how I'm feeling, and that's it, and I'm stuck with it for the day. Whereas, now I've learned that I don't have to stick with it for the day. I don't have to feel it's kind of about, well, what do you really want? And that's something I never really asked myself. I was always, well, what can you have? How can you make this okay? How can you cope with this? Rather than, well, what do you really want? Do you really want that? No.
Mm,
Okay, so you can have what you want instead.
mm.
That's been huge for me. Um,
Yeah, that is the creator energy, and that's what the dragons are teaching as you manifest, as you break the spells and the patterns that you have been under, and you get to decide that's what I want. And then when you start seeing things arriving that match what you said you wanted, that's when practical magic is happening. It's just like, oh my God, I created that. I made that happen. And for you also, within a very short space of time of joining, you were telling me that you wanted to move and live on a boat and all those kind of things. So what happened for you within the first few weeks?
the first few weeks, lots of things cleared out. Lots of things that were blocks, lots of self-limiting beliefs, lots of things like that cleared out. That was one of the first things I noticed. There was this massive clearing out of all this resistance that was making me feel, oh, this is big, this is scary, oh, can I do it? Um, and yeah, within the first few weeks, just I started to believe that it could happen and it doesn't have to be really hard work to do it. And then money just started coming in and opportunities started coming in from literally everywhere. Like just opportunities just kept coming in, and then we started seeing, oh, there's a boat that's within our budget. Yeah, that's great, we can work with that. And we've started being shown what's possible. We're not ready yet to just go and buy one, but we started being shown, right, well, this is what your budget's going to be. We started being shown this is what's possible with that, and we were like, oh, that's a lot more than I expected, that's a lot more than I thought it would be. So the universe started showing us things to open our minds to what is going to be available when we're ready, when the time is right. So we've that's kind of solidified more. It's strengthened the belief that we can bring that in and that we can do it.
Mm.
Yeah.
And I think what you also said was things started happening and appearing for your partner as well. So as you were raising your vibration, so things were clearing.
Oh,
And
again, sideways. It was great.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
So everything in your environment changes. So what I say is like when you start changing your internal story, the air around you changes and the circumstances that you're in and the people that are around you also get the benefit from what's happening with you as well, because it's a massive shift energetically with you. And so
yeah,
it keeps growing, but
yeah.
also it benefits the health and the finances and the attitudes of the people around you.
Oh yeah, absolutely. He's changed massively as a kind of bonus, which is nice. Yeah,
Okay,
definitely.
so yeah, so it's just working in high frequency. It's allowing things to come in. It's noticing actually what you have created, even the bad stuff sometimes. It's like, yeah, what was I thinking that created that? But you also mentioned as well that there's clearing out that happens, and I think we need to be very clear about that. So not to frighten anybody off, but the fact is, of course, you have to be able to clear things out. You have to be able to let go of the stuff that's not working for you anymore. And sometimes you will feel low days, but because you've got that connection with your soul, you're able to say, is this mine to work through? And it's like, no, what do you want me to do then? And you just get sleep, let it work its way out. And you're like, oh, okay then. But you're also able to hand over a lot of stuff to the dragons. You can say, I need someone to help me with this, and then someone will come in. Or I hand it over to my soul, because, I need to take a day off. And when you relax and when you go and do things, miraculously, when you come back to work, when you come back into your space, it's just like, oh, that was easy. That's working now.
Yeah, like there've been a few days. For me, it's mostly just been tired. I've just had a few days where I'm really tired, but because I'm more in control of my energy and there's a new sense of belief, I'm like, do you know what? It's okay if I take a day off. Do you know what? It doesn't matter if I have a day off. It's okay if I just go and have 4 naps today. It's fine. It's what I need. It's what my body wants me to do, to rest, just to let it all out. And yeah, again, I've learned that, you know, I have to prioritize my energy. Like it's no longer it's now a non-negotiable. I have to prioritize my own energy and my own frequency.
Mm.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Well, we've absolutely enjoyed having you, Kellen. Thank you very much for taking the course. And
Thank
long may you continue and repeat the course as often as you want. We are now connected. We are now friends. We are now in each other's lives, and we're part of the family of, you know, working with the dragons. So
yeah.
I just wanted to say thank you very much. It's been an absolute pleasure to watch you and be with you as you grow and feel into your energy.
And thank you so much for putting this course together. It's been so much more than just manifesting things. It's been like a whole healing experience and like stepping into a whole new identity as well.
Oh, thank you. My pleasure. And I'm just following what the dragons are saying are needed. You know, so I'm
Mm.
saying, like, what is it? What's needed? What are the souls that, you know, the souls of my people needing right now? And this is one of the things that we do in the course as well. We're connecting with the souls of your people, so you find out what's needed. And then we take the inspired actions that are given to us. Thank you very much, Kelly.
Thank you.